Hey, hey, welcome, folks, to When a Butcher Gets Creative. My name is still CJ Butcher, and with the topic we've been covering with the DEI and the Secret Service and the Trump shooting, we are past the 72-hour rule, so we can start looking at things, excuse me, a little more seriously. Well, we're taking it completely serious, of course, but I mean the narratives, the all the shiny things that come out in the first 72 hours are usually myths, dis, and null information. But we got some things that stuck. We got some narratives that stuck, some that got cleared up, and obviously not enough answers. We don't have the answer. We don't know what happened. We'll never know what happened. Just like we don't know what happened with the Whitmer kidnapping, like all the details. But we know enough about the Whitmer kidnapping to know that, what was it? Damn it, sorry. Do the thing. I was just forcefully updated to Windows 11, and everything's sucky, and it's not doing what I want. It's weird. I like Vista. I would have stayed with Vista. I have a couple laptops that still have Vista on it. That's my jam. Um, so yeah, we know with the Whitmer kidnapping that I don't know the numbers right. Let's say if there was 13 people involved, like 7 to 9 of them were confidential human sources and FBI agents, and the FBI bought all the supplies. The FBI came up with the plan. The FBI implemented the plan. The FBI started the training program for these couple individuals, all to kidnap Governor Whitmer, and that's entrapment and that's illegal. But we know still, sorry, and all the governor and they were acquitted. It was a complete trap by the FBI, but nothing happened to the agents. Nothing happened to the agents who willfully entrapped American citizens, except the field agent. Um, Dang it, I can't remember his name. Yeah, Bing won't let you have the names. Um, uh, all right, so I can't find his name. I gotta remember it. The FBI official who led J6. That's a great title. Stephen D'Antuono. Looks like Stephen D'Antuono. The only thing that happened to the FBI agents who ran the fake, phony, and false Whitmer kidnapping that was completely false, completely ran by the FBI, is Stephen D'Antuono, who ran it. He was the field agent in charge. He got promoted and moved to D.C. And what did he do next? He ran the J6 FBI entrapment. So the kidnapping was in Michigan of Governor Whitmer, the pretend false, phony FBI kidnapping of Governor Whitmer. The leader who ran that was transferred to D.C. and then ran January 6th, the FBI January 6th op. So that's what we're dealing with right now, like complete capture, complete invasion of a domestic terror group called the FBI, completely. And not to mention all the houses they raided at 4 a.m., all of that. So this is legit, legit communist infiltration. This is complete corruption. This is what complete corruption looks like. 100 years ago, we fought a war over it and said, hey, corruption's bad. When evil people get in charge, they start killing folk and they attack their political opponents. And we said that's bad. But then we allowed it to happen here. We took a bunch of the Nazis from Germany and put them in charge over here. And we're back at that same bullshit again. And now they're twisting it to do DEI. It's the same communist invasion. DEI is the exact same thing as having bullets and going to your political opponent's house. DEI is the same thing, except it's quicker, easier, and more camouflage. So yeah, this is looking, so the Trump shooting is looking more and more fucky. It's looking more and more like it's not a lone gunman. We have no proof of it yet, but so this 20-year-old, this little baby 20-year-old, I'm gonna look at him up again. And the FBI, sorry, the FBI. Oh wow, they won't show it. Yeah, we're so censored, folks. That's why when we say you have to wake up, it's because you're getting fed. You're getting fed shit by the Fed. Shit fed. So this little bro, and that's probably a younger picture than what it was. That's like a high school picture a couple of years ago. I have the other one somewhere. But that person, the feds who said the Biden laptop was fake, the 51 CIA and Fed officials all said the Biden laptop was fake because they know once that comes out, and it is out, so if you want to see it, I recommend you don't look at it. You can't unsee some of the horrible, unspeakable things they do to children. So viewer advised on that. You can't unsee it. But once that comes out and the Jeffrey Epstein thing comes out, the client list, then the FBI, CIA doesn't have their blackmail anymore, and they can't control people because they already can't control the media. The media's out of their hands. That's the Whitmer, Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot attempt by the FBI. That should have never been exposed. You know what I mean? To them, you should have. These are white supremacists, Christian nationalists, terrorists, domestic terrorists, and we took them down because they were trying to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer and take her on a boat into a lake and kill her. But they don't have the narrative. The FBI doesn't have the narrative anymore. The freedom of speech is winning, so they can't run their bullshit anymore. I mean, they still can. They still are. We're right in the middle of one right now. Just like, so the shooter, here's what we have. I woke up in the morning, I was like, I am going to go and I want to know what kind of vehicle he has, because how do you get a 20-foot, 18, 12, 14, whatever foot extension ladder into your vehicle with your rifle, and then you go to the farm where the rally was, where there is an peculiarly abnormally low amount of Secret Service people because they've been diverted to Jill Biden's event, which was probably nothing compared to Trump's event as in regards to numbers. But the Secret Service got diverted to Jill, so these are all Trump. The people that were guarding Trump were all temporary replacements, except for one. All 5-foot overweight women, temporary replacements, never worked together before. And on top of that, they outsourced the canvassing of the area to the local police. So the Secret Service said, "You do our job for us," and they usually do that for weeks. The Secret Service usually canvasses for a week or so ahead of time. They canvassed for one day, so they didn't have time to properly set up. And then the Secret Service outsourced their security to local police. And nothing against local police, but they're not trained to be Secret Service. If the local police was trained to be Secret Service, they would be Secret Service. If the Secret Service was trained to be local police, they would be local police. That's two separate jobs. Thankfully, right? You don't want Secret Service running around your streets. And you don't want local beat cops protecting the president, the leader of the free world. So it just makes sense to have two separate trainings. So this kid just decided by himself, because that's what the FBI is saying, by himself, all alone, no help from the FBI, which the FBI helps every single time. The FBI gives you the resources. The FBI comes up with the plan. The FBI buys all the supplies. The FBI provides the training facilities and the spots to plan it and everything. But not this time. 100% of the time before, yes, always. But not this time. Oklahoma City, but not this time. This time, it's just some kid who, 150 yards away, the only building, really that has a line of sight, drags his huge extension ladder, just walking, or because he's by himself, so nobody else placed it there, nobody else, put that ladder there days before or hours before, because he's a lone gunman, right? He's a lone gunman, so he did all this himself. So he's carrying his ladder and his rifle on his back through the crowd, because there was dozens and dozens of people standing there. So he's carrying his ladder and his rifle through the crowd, and then he gets up on the roof, and then he crawls with dozens of people pointing at him as he's crawling, yelling directly at the cops, saying, "Hey, there is a gunman on the roof right now." All by himself. And then as he bear crawls for 2 to 4 minutes, this isn't like a 5-second thing where like, "Hey, he's up there, boom, boom, boom." It's like, I got a video of it I'm going to show right after this. They did a side by side of the numerous dozens of people saying, "Hey, there's a shooter," and it shows the shooter. He's just laissez-faire, bear crawling across the roof with his rifle, and everyone's saying, "Hey, police fuckers, he's up there right now with a gun." And it wasn't 10 seconds, not 20 seconds, not 30 seconds, not 1 minute, over 2 minutes that they're saying, "Hey, there's a shooter." And nobody, no police officer that was standing there in that 2 minutes radioed in. Or see, we don't know that. Or if they did radio in, they got stopped by Kimberly Cheadle or somebody in charge, which would validate what Jonathan Willis said, where they said, "Do not fire." And Jonathan Willis was one of the counter snipers on the roof adjacent. I have a picture of it. Him and another guy were trained, had their weapons aimed and their scopes aimed at the guy bear crawling with a rifle after he climbed the ladder. Thomas, whatever, Crooks, climbed the ladder, was bear crawling across the roof with his rifle, and these counter snipers were watching him the whole time. Minutes, multiple minutes, 2 to 3 to 4 minutes. And at the same time, the snipers were watching him and not taking him out, but watching him set up his rifle, watching him take aim, watching him shoot. Then they said they fired after the sniper shoot. And they're saying you could only fire on snipers after they shoot. That's good. That's an argument they're going to make. They're going to court, Kimberly Cheadle and everything, not today, Tuesday, but next Tuesday. So this is so important that we have to wait a week and a half to figure out anything. We have to wait till they get their lives together. So we're not going to find anything out in that hearing. It's just a bunch of people that have blackmail on them trying to interview the people that own the blackmail. So that's just stupid. But this is what we know so far, that minutes happened while police were alerted. That's a 2-second call, get Trump off the stage, active shooter. Did not happen. So the chain of custody in these calls, something broke down where Trump was not removed from the stage, and he wasn't removed from the stage after the shots for a long time. And all these DEI cowards were huddling down behind objects instead of protecting the president. So it's very hard, almost impossible, to try to talk through this narrative, talk through the order, the operation of events, the chronological timing of events, without seeing the FBI's fingerprints all over it. It's damn near impossible. I can't do it right now. And to play devil's advocate would just waste time at this point until more evidence shows up. But how do you show evidence that he didn't have a ladder to climb up to the roof when we have pictures of the ladder? How do you have evidence that the cops did tell Trump to get off the stage when when there was 2 to 3 minutes of people screaming and videotaping the shooter on the roof before he shot? How do you explain that how do you explain that the police did not stand down, that Trump was not removed from the stage? There was minutes, ample minutes, that the shooter was setting up, and Trump was not removed. And the police were alerted. Dozens of police were alerted. But they did not remove Trump from the stage. They did not take any action for multiple minutes. There's no excuse for that. That is intentional. So this is another FBI coup attempt. This is another Russia, where Hillary Clinton paid a foreign spy, Christopher Steele, to come up with a fake, phony, false dossier, try to implement Trump colluding with Russia. Completely fake. That was a coup attempt. That's treason. Because we found out it was completely false, and we found out Hillary funded it. That's treason, bro. Easy. Like, things are very easy. The FBI is complicit and creating treason events all the time against American citizens all the time. Because they can't have Trump in, because Trump will get rid of all the blackmail. And then the FBI will have no power. CIA, FBI, the Leviathan. Who gives a shit what their letters are? The Leviathan will no longer have power over the politicians and the corporations. This is where we're at. This is what it is. The government is completely captured and corrupted. The American government is not a friend of the people. The corporations and the government are the same thing. That's called fascism. So these fascistic leviathans are attacking American citizens. That's where we're at. Simple as that. And the only force available to push back is America First. So that's why America First is being targeted. And just so you know, America America First does not mean America only. It means getting rid of the evil step sibling, the evil twin, which is the deep state, which is the dark state, which in China is the CCP. America first does not mean America only. America first means American citizens have more rights than the FBI does. That's it. Simple. And we're willing to enforce that. The FBI cannot run clandestine entrapment operations on American citizens. That's what the MAGA is saying. The corporations and the government, the state and the private sector coming together in creepy lockstep, which is called fascism, is not allowed in America. That's what we're saying. So that's my nice little spiel to get things warmed up, to get the cockles of your hearts pumping. So the main core of how I'm approaching this shooting, which there's so many ways to approach it. That another one was the FBI did it just like they did Whitmer, just like they did J6, just like they did Oklahoma, just like they did 9/11, just like dozens and dozens and dozens of other times they murdered children. They don't care about children. They care about killing children to keep their secrets and to scare the American public into compliance. The pandemic of policies 2019, that was a massive worldwide crimes against humanity murder spree. Over 35 million dead from the vaccines, which you cannot call vaccines anymore through the 9th District Appeals Court, because they were never vaccines. They were experimental gene therapies that put in synthetic DNA, alter your DNA, go to the fatty parts of your body, your gonads, your ovaries, your testicles, your brain, your bone marrow, go in there and snip your DNA with this thing called RDRP, which is RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, which is called replicase, is the short term for it, replicase. YouTube will take down your video if you mention replicase, so this is probably demonetized already. Which I call scissor tanks. They're little bio machines that are created in 3D space created from the RNA, mRNA strand. It gets snipped, and the first time it's being transcribed and or translated, and those 3 little parts start morphing in 3D space inside your body by the trillions. This is happening trillions of times, and they all come together and they form a machine. The 3 little bits form a machine called a scissor tank, and they have little razors. This is real. They have razors that are 1 molecule thick, and they're programmed to snip certain slices of your DNA. That is real. Look at my talks on RNA-dependent RNA polymerase, RDRP, replicase. Scissor tanks in your body by the trillions, altering your DNA. That's what these vaccines are doing to you right now. Altering the human DNA. So that was a huge crime against humanity. And nobody's standing up and doing things. When will you say enough is enough? That's the question. That's the framework. When is enough enough? They're already killing your kids, getting your kids to chop their dicks off. When's enough enough? They're already teaching the schools are teaching your little children how to give blowjobs to adults. When's enough enough? When are you going to stop this? These people are pure pedophile satanics. They hate humanity. If they can't kill the children before it's born, they'll try to starve it out. Once it's born, they'll try to put this experimental gene therapy in the mother, which translates through the breast milk, which poisons the kid. They can't do that, and the kid survives that somehow by the grace of God. Then they go into the school system where they're trained to give blowjobs to adults and cut their dicks and tits off. When is enough enough? Get your kids out of public school. Seriously, that is not good for them. It is indoctrinating them. So look at the kids in the last 25 years who came up through the public school and are now these empty-headed savages in colleges, these empty-headed babies in college, know nothing, empty-headed, brainwashed babies that are not participating in society. It's complete brainwashing. When is enough enough? How many of your children should they destroy before you say, hey, they're destroying my children? That's a great question. When's the answer? Not a lot of them. The answer is not enough yet. Still got to let more children get destroyed. The answer is not enough. They haven't destroyed enough people yet. Haven't killed 35 million people. Not enough. 6 million people in the Holocaust. Not enough. 400 million in China. Not enough. We're doing this shit again. That was 100 years ago or so. It was bad back then, and we went and killed the shit out of them. But then we imported all the Nazis into America and put them in charge. So we're not done with genocide yet. When is enough enough? MAGA says enough's enough. That's why they have to stop MAGA. Because when the soccer mom go in and said, stop teaching this pornographic filth to my children, the administrators turn their mic off, turn the soccer mom's mic off. Mayorkas and all of them in the Department of Justice, not Mayorkas, he's Homeland Security, they say that mother trying to protect her child from the administrative school. The Department of Justice takes the school side and says that soccer mom is a domestic terrorist. When is enough enough? So standing up for your child is an act of domestic terrorism in 2024. When is enough enough? When men can shake their dicks in children's faces during Pride Month. But standing up for that and saying that's wrong makes you a terrorist. This is where we are at. Open your eyes. So, yes, what I'm going to approach this as, the shooting as, it's a complete, you say failure, but it was successful. What you could see a plan they do, like in J6, they were offered 10,000 National Guard troops by Trump. Trump said, hey, this is going to be a big crowd, almost 1 million people. This is going to be a big crowd. We need security there so everyone's safe. Nancy Pelosi and Muriel Bowser said, no, thank you. We don't want security there for the optics. That's a direct quote. They turned down adequate security at J6 because of the optics. And you see that play over and over and over again. Trump did not have his Secret Service, his normal Secret Service package. He had a bunch of temporary replacements that never worked together before. A lot of them were DEI women who could not figure out how to use their weapons, who could not holster their weapons, who thought it was more important to put on their sunglasses than protect the president, who cowered behind objects instead of using their body to stop the bullets. These are not Secret Service agents. These are DEI cowards. We're turning corners. Elon Musk is all in. 45 million a month to the Trump GOP. There is light at the end of the tunnel. This is the first time in history where we can fight the Leviathan. We MAGA is doing our part. I'm doing my part. We see a new golden age coming in, of prosperity, of wealth, of freedom, of liberty coming in. Team Death, right now the Democrats are represent Team Death, but Democrats and Republicans are the same thing. It's the uniparty, Leviathan, fascist, satanic pedophiles. All the same thing. All have all did unspeakably horrible things to children and have the blackmail and are captured. But Democrats right now embody team death. Sacrifice children on the altar of science. It's called scientism. A society in decline has to have child sacrifice. Now, in this iteration, we call it abortion. Well, yeah, so Martha's Vineyard, this is just a funny one, set a beautiful example for the nation. They used Martha's Vineyard when we sent truckloads of illegal criminal invaders to Martha's Vineyard. They used the military to deport every last illegal immigrant from their island in less than 48 hours. Great, great plan. They used Martha's Vineyard used the military to deport criminal invaders. Easy peasy. So this is the Gateway Pundit, and they're legit in my opinion. They usually check their sources. So where's the split screen? I think there'll be another split screen, but I might have to play this. They just have a bunch of ads that I hate seeing. A half hour before the attack, the assassin was spotted. You see, it just keeps getting too ridiculous. And when it's too ridiculous, it's clown world. And that's the FBI. The FBI are clowns. This is clown world. I'll go back to that to see it. Put that on. Yeah, super short DEI hires. Looks like she's wearing a thong in another picture. So at least she's comfortable while she's letting down the free world. Oh. See, I repost things and then they're gone. I did all this research and reposted things and they're all gone. Let me bada boom, bada bing. Gone again. Damn it! This happened last time. Let's try this. There's a very perfect side by side. Okay, this will do it. Watch on X. Okay. Let me set this up. This is going to show undeniable proof and remember there was reports from the Gateway Pundit and we'll keep that with a grain of salt, but Gateway Pundit hasn't steered me wrong yet. They usually do pretty accurate reporting, like really accurate reporting. So they reported that the shooter was spotted a half hour before the shots. So the response time is low. I was going to say, I'm originally from Flint. I was like, that's Flint City response time by the police. Like, they won't respond unless it's a double murder. Like, they won't even respond if it's just one murder. It has to be a double murder, and then they'll get there. My house got broken into. I called the cops. It was days and days and days went by. Luckily, I was running a bar, and a cop, actually, off-duty cop, came in. I was like, yeah, man, the cops never showed up. He's like, oh, shit, I'm over there right now. So I gave him a bunch of beers, or some beers. And so he did the report right then, but burglary, theft, cops do not show up. That was the beginning of DEI back then. And that was like 10 years ago, but it was still starting. But yeah, the response time for these is worse than Flint City response. So I think that's about as good as I could set it up where, oh shit, my face is in the way. Where is my face at? Is it on the left or the right? Because on my OBM, it's on the right. OBS. Is it OBS? OBS, it's on the right, but in Rumble Studio, it's on the left, and they don't have too many options for me. We'll see if I'll adjust accordingly. But yes, this is a side-by-side matchup of what Trump was doing and what these dozens and dozens of people who were looking and videotaping the shooter bear crawl across the roof were doing. And the timer at the bottom is the response time.
If he was doing his job, I wouldn't even be doing this. It's such a beautiful place with the gorgeous ocean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. And it's much tougher
Right
than
there on the roof.
ever. In recorded history, we're the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter?
And Trump went off script at this moment. That's something I'm kind of noodling around in my head. He was supposed to be facing forward because the shooter's coming from his side right now, his right side. The shooter's coming from that end, from that side. And he's supposed to be facing forward this whole time while the shooter's setting up. But he decided to go off script and not use the teleprompter. And to the right side, there is a huge screen. So everybody in the crowd is automatically, facing him. They're turning to their left, which is Trump's right, all looking in the direction of the shooter at this moment. That's something we're going to have to noodle out later. But so we're at a minute 3, and dozens of people have identified somebody on the roof bear crawling. A minute 3. Secret Service, nowhere to be found. Police, nowhere to be found. If somebody crawling on the roof, secure the president. That takes 1 second.
Do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol.
We're at a minute and a half, 90 seconds since a shooter has been identified on the roof, or an individual climbed up to the roof with a ladder and a gun. Dozens of people spotted it.
Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit over that chart. That chart's
2 minutes in, somebody, it could be event staff, somebody, but dressed like a Secret Service agent is clearing people this side and the other side, clearing people around the front. Because the shooter's coming from this side, coming this way. And everybody in the crowd is looking over, well, not on this grass, but continue this center photo. Everyone's looking this way, or see, like they're looking this way. Everyone's looking that way towards the huge jumbotron where the chart of Mayorkas's failings of trying to replace Western society is. It's a big chart of immigration, of invasion. So, what did we just see?
Months old, and if you want to really see something that says
zooming in, we've been watching them for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, cops walking around with their hands on their dicks.
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
So we're at about 2 minutes at least, probably more, where dozens of people are saying, hey, there's somebody bear crawling on the roof, and the cops are doing nothing. And radio silence. Nobody is getting Trump off the stage with the suspicious actor bear crawling on a roof.
months old, and if you want to really see something that says
Ah, shit, almost got it. So, 2 minutes for this guy to get into position. Laying prone, facing a direct line of sight to the president. 2 minutes. I want to see what else they got on here. Okay, just a bunch of more footage. Let's watch this. Let's go ahead and watch this. This is history. This is loading. So yeah, we're at 2 minutes. Like, there is a person on the roof. Dozens of people saw him for minutes. Okay, there was multiple jumbotrons. So the whole crowd, it'd be over to this side. So the whole crowd isn't looking that way. They could be looking over here or straight. Trump was looking over here. So there's probably 3 jumbotrons. Come on, you fucking.
I wouldn't be doing this at the country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit over that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that says
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
That's very suspicious. What at this exact moment caused the speaker crane to exhaust fluid? Did it get shot? Did the speaker crane get shot and the bullet hit its hydraulic systems? What caused that to drop? That's very weird. It's spraying. What the fuck is this? It's spraying something out, and that causes it to drop. There's so many. This is how you know something is fucky. And when something is clown fucky, that's the FBI is involved. Because they don't do shit right. They're not good at their jobs. They're bad people, bad at what they do. Look at that.
He's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
Look at the cops. No idea what to do. That's why they're not Secret Service. No idea what to do. No, so we need the radio. Oh, I want that to leak so bad. We need the radio audio. Sorry, I'm pumped now. If we could get this video by Milk Bar and get the police comms at the same time. What were the police doing for 2 minutes? He was standing around the whole time. So there's no radio contact like a possible shooter on the roof, spotted by dozens and dozens of people. Multiple cops saw it. There appears to be no radio communication. But we need, that's key evidence. What was the radio communication? Because it looks like this jamoke has no idea what the fuck's going on. Watch it. And nobody's looking at this. Or maybe some people are. He just kind of lollygagged around.
We got breaking news. Coming in. Shots fired. Seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally. Is he okay? We need to go live right now. We are live right now at the Trump rally.
One shot right here, Mike.
We don't know if President Trump has been shot. We know he hit the ground. We do not know if President Trump has been shot. He's up. He's up.
How the fuck is that Secret Service protocol? To pull him up, what is this? What is this? What SOP, standard operating procedure, what training did they go through that they were supposed to do this? To pull him back up. These people have no idea what they're doing.
Shots are still continuing to be fired. He's giving a thumbs up, everybody. He's giving a thumbs up. Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard reporting to you live.
Look, I'm gonna rewind it. This lady, this little piece of shit DEI hire. Watch her. Look at that. How can she cover anybody? She's like a foot shorter than him. Watch her.
Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard reporting to you live from Butler, Pennsylvania. We hear shots fired at the rally not 10 to 15 minutes after President Trump arrived. He hit the ground. Unheard of yet if he has been hit by gunfire.
This one has to check her sunglasses. That must be a rule. Like, it's you know, saving the leader of the free world is important, you guys. But sunglasses are more important, please. This one has no gun training. Can't holster her weapon. Wait, where? Is that her hand? Wait.
Secret Service.
Wait. Because there was another slide that said they dropped equipment, and I don't know what that means yet.
Trump arrived. He hit the ground. Unheard of yet if he has been hit by gunfire.
Okay. She figured out how to holster it later.
Secret Service quickly erupted.
You can see the guy there.
The snipers on the building behind the.
I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
So, preliminary, and I didn't see anything about this yet, but here's what I think. The first three were him. There was like a bat. And there was a couple people died. 2 people injured, 1 person died. And I think, could you see the last 5 shots? Bat. I think those were return fire from the counter snipers on the roof, watching him for 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. I think that was the return fire. But I haven't heard anything about that yet. I think the first 3 were this guy, and the last 5 were return fire. We'll have to see. But what the hell? What is that shit? I don't know. I do not know what that was. That wasn't Secret Service. That was DEI. That was complete DEI. You don't have to have the skills. You don't have to have the knowledge. You don't have to have the ability to do the job. You just have to have the certain tone of a certain amount of melanin in your skin, or do weird shit with your genitals. In this one, they're just pumping women in there. So, awful. Like, I don't see how it wasn't planned. For 2 minutes, people were screaming at him. How did this work? Did it do it right? Okay. Get the fuck out of the way. Okay. And they say it's this guy, the guy that started the BlackRock video. This is important to show because BlackRock took it down. This video is gone now. This commercial is gone. So it's important to notice that who the FBI says is the shooter is in a BlackRock video. So yeah, this tons of fun over Brigade. Like how you keep failing? DEI has failed every time. And so there's reports coming in that, I mean, and this is from a couple days ago. This is what I covered the first day. And it's still staying true that the Secret Service, in this case, outsourced the security to local police. And we saw what they did. They ran around like crazy, not understanding what's going on. So what is the radio? What happened via comms? We need the comms. We need to know what happened in the comms. That's super important. So the Secret Service outsourced the security of the leader of the free world to police officers, local police, which are not trained for this. And even with the help of dozens of citizens pointing at the shooter on the roof for 2 minutes plus, the police were unable to do anything. And unable to do anything is in quotes, of course. What is this? Right. The default now, since the FBI does so many clown world, since the FBI has been involved in so many false flags, even in the last decade, the default is, this is the FBI. Like, obviously, to some sort of Mayorkas Department of Homeland Security. This is awful. So this is still holding true. It hasn't been, debunked or debunked yet. But I know it's real blurry. I'm sorry about that. But this claims to be Jonathan Williams. He's either this guy's sitting on a knee or this guy's laying prone. One of these 2 counter snipers in police gear So that's the questions I had. Oh, let me just say this first. They were trained, or not, let me quit saying trained. They were focused in and dialed in and had their guns on the shooter for at least 3 minutes, is what this claims, that one of them is named Jonathan Willis, and he claims that. So we got to wait for that, but this is still holding true. But what we need is to verify this, and secondly, we need the comms. We need the radio comms. He's claiming, Jonathan Willis is claiming that for 3 minutes, and we saw the 3 minutes where dozens of people were pointing to the shooter on the roof, they've been told to stand down. And at the same time they're told to stand down, nobody was told to protect Trump this whole time. The comms are the key to this. And my feeling is the usual clown world shit is the comms were deleted. Oh, we didn't record the comms. We didn't record the radios. The radios went down at that moment. Something, you know what I mean? Because the radio, what was communicated from the field officer, the leader, the head of Secret Service, which is Kimberly Cheadle, what they were communicating is key during this. I mean, it's obvious you are not to stand down for 3 minutes to watch a guy on a roof, a suspicious person on a roof, the only line of sight to the leader of the free world. You do not stand down for 3 minutes. So that's very crazy. And this is who is in charge right now. The same Democratic Party who killed Lincoln, who killed JFK, who killed MLK. The same group, the same Democratic Party who's DEIing the shit out of your children right now, who is Mayorkas, and Kimberly Cheadle. These same people killed Lincoln, killed JFK, killed MLK. These people started the KKK. These Democrats started the KKK. They lynched blacks. They had segregation. The reason the Republican Party was even conceived of and started was to go down south and kick the fucking shit out of these Democrats and free the black slaves. That's why Republicans were even started. Democrats created Jim Crow. Democrats created the Confederacy. These people are your enemy. And let it be known, I'll say it again, and I said it many times, the Democrats and the Republicans are the same thing. These are the same people that are killing citizens and hurting children. The Democrats and the Republicans. Same Leviathan. These are these fascist, satanic pedophiles hurting people. All the same thing. So this is reportedly the person in charge of directing what happened on J13, on the Trump shooting. Reportedly, it says she told them to stand down. She hired a bunch of short, fat women, and that's what she's most proud about. Not that these people are getting great training, not that they're running drills and they're amazingly excellent at their jobs. It's that she's proud of her DEI hiring a bunch of short, fat women that did not do their jobs at all, that ducked under pressure instead of doing their jobs under pressure. That's DEI. I got a couple new ones, but okay. So here's where we're at. I know I showed this in the other ones, but I'm going to keep reiterating what I showed before because it's still holding true. So things that kind of get debunked or drop off as not true, I'll mention them that they're not true and they're gone. But the things that hold true, we're going to keep showing. This is a developing story until next Tuesday, I guess. But so they have two jumbotrons here. thought I saw one in the middle behind Trump, but there wasn't one behind Trump. Okay. So there was two. It looks like there might have been one over here or something. We'll have to look into that. How many jumbotrons were there? So Trump was looking this way. So some people would have looked this way, but Trump was looking this way. Up diagonal that way. So they weren't exactly looking at the shooter. But all those people around here, what did they look like? Where did he get up? It's something in between buildings right here. So the ladder would have been right here, I think. And he got up and like, how'd they see him? Was he crawling this way? We're gonna have to see a play-by-play of this too. Which direction was he crawling? How did he see him? Maybe they were all sitting over here. They wouldn't have saw Trump. This would have been the best place to see Trump. Around here. You could see him this way. So, and there was reports of a water tower somewhere, like the best visibility ever water tower. Like that's, they were saying like, if this was a video game like Call of Duty or whatever, you would put a sniper up in the water tower. And then you have complete visibility. But I don't know where that's at. You might have to go do a Google Map thing. So for 2 minutes, there's people around here, dozens of people pointing at the shooter. For 2 minutes. And then what was that? Over here somewhere was the speaker thing the speaker crane that blew outgassed something. I gotta ask about that. Need that video though. All right, 1 second. Oh, by the way, with this, I need this. I need watch on X. I need share, copy link, got on my face, a little bit show. So that's weird. That's just what is the big mist that comes out that get out of my face. Oh my god. What is the big mist cloud that the speaker columns let out? I probably should screen capture that. I'm gonna screen capture that. 1 second. I'm gonna pump the fun.
Thumbs up, everybody! He's giving a thumbs up. Still continue. He's up.
Sorry about this. I know this isn't fun for you guys. I can bring it over here. Come on, I could bring it over here, I said. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think those last 5 were return fire. Oh, what? No. Why would you name something that's already a name? Oh boy, rename. Okay, get out of my face, get out of my face. Get over here. Oh, what the fuck is happening? 11, this Windows 11 is fighting me. Okay, and I will add it. Do a comment. Paste. Post. And I'll add, sorry folks. This giant mist cloud. Did a bullet hit it? What is this? And that is something nobody's talking about. Doing my hashtags. Let's see what action we get on that. I'll keep an eye on that live. But yeah, that giant mist cloud, it's a good picture. So a giant mist cloud happens, and then this crane goes down, sprays mist out. And I never saw, you know, hydraulic fuel, it's like oil, or fluid is like oil. So I don't think it would be, but it could mist that color, maybe. I have no idea. So that's crazy. It happened at the same time. So did a bullet, and this is, oh, watch this. Okay. So there's the grandstand, and then there's that. Watch this shit. Get the fuck out of my face. Watch this shit. Okay. So there's the grandstand, the side grandstand. So the shooter's over here, you know, down here, diagonal down here. There's the grandstand. So that would be, there's a little buildings and jump we could see. Probably this right here. So this crane with the speakers, I believe, is right around here. Is there a road? There's a road right there. Okay, yep. So there should be a pond right over here, and there's some trees. Which could be right here. There's a group of trees right here. Whoa, that doesn't know. Well, the angle of it. So the photographer could be like right here, somewhere around here, looking over at this, and you catch these trees in the background. Telephone poles going across, telephone poles are going. So I'm just doing this live. I'm sorry. I think the photographer, or they could be. Where's that angle at? Oops. Oh, that's not. So their angle is something like this. See, there's buildings over here. Oh, is that the water tower? I think this is the water tower. That's kind of far, but I mean, for a trained sniper, maybe not. Buildings right here. I mean, you have to have snipers on all of these, but they had 2 right here. That's it. So I think what we have, what the shit is this? Did a bullet hit that and then drop the speakers? That's a crazy shot. It'd be over here, so, and he hit somebody up here. He's like, doop, 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 not. Yeah, so this is tough. So what I'm working with is that the first 3 were him, and then the last couple were return fire. Maybe one out of the last couple were him or something like that. But there's no evidence either way of that. It's just they sound different. The last 5 were very fast, maybe 2 guns. I don't know. And I think the last 5 were this guy, but you wouldn't shoot. I don't know. So but just the happenstance that a bullet hit way over here, which would have been right around here, I think. This is my guess. Somewhere around here. You see this little barn with this pavement right here? That looks kind of like that. So actually it might be right here. And to get, let's say right here. Let's just go, this is cool. Right here. Right here. Right here. I want it to be right here. And to get this angle, photographer would have to be in this line of sight. So the bullet right here flew over all their heads. So his grouping is weak. This isn't making sense to me. Can't get this to make sense. And one hits Trump's ear. One hits way over here. And one maybe hits right here. Hits this hydraulic cable. The farthest shot just somehow hits this cable. Not this window, not this jumbotron, not all this big stuff, but this teeny little, probably 2-inch cable, tube, tubing, hydraulic tubes, to make it outgas this, to drop the speakers. I can't make that make sense. So there's a lot of clown world shit going on, but then it hits Trump's ear as he just goes off script to turn his head to look at the jumbotron right here. That's when the shooter's about to fire and get into position, and these guys are watching the shooter the whole time, and everybody down here, dozens and dozens of people, are pointing at him the whole time while he's crawling across the roof for 2 minutes or more. And then he shoots 3 shots, and one of them goes way over here, presumably. Goes way over here and hits this teeny tiny target of a tube of a hydraulic line, which makes this crane drop. I don't know. No. His grouping is outrageous, and then one's over here. And so there's also stories that a cop found the ladder and came up, which if the ladder's down here in the far left corner, if the ladder's like this ring around the building that makes it so you can't see, but there's a connector, like a breezeway between these 2 buildings, and that's where I believe the ladder was. There's a picture that I gotta find. I gotta find that picture to verify. And so if the cop walked around and climbed up there, then the shooter would be facing away from him. And then there's the upgrade of the building, the pitch of the roof. And it said the shooter turned around and tried to aim at him and then turned back, and that's when he started firing. So then maybe 1, 2, 3. He's swinging back this way. He's swinging back this way from turning around. Or it's directly behind him, kind of. Oh. Okay, yeah, there's just way too many questions to answer. But let's go. I want to see if I got any traction. Am I? I only have like 100 people. I don't have any big accounts at all yet. that's nobody's. I might be the first to see that. Nobody's talking about that, so I'm kind of happy. Kind of happy I saw that. I'm happy with this too. All right. So I need to get the picture of. Wow. Oh, what the fucking fuck? Everything's so tough for me. All right, I got two of them open. Okay. Let's see if I have that picture. Yeah. And a lot of my shit that I post is shit that you post is different from a shit post. Yeah, there's everything. No? Okay. I posted a lot yesterday and it didn't seem to take. But I need that picture. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Yeah. Shit searches, man. AI is garbage. Okay. Here's what we're dealing with. That's the remote. That's him. Look at it. He's crawling from there. Where is that at? Okay. He's facing this way. Something back there. This breeze. I think the ladder's right here in the breezeway, but we gotta verify that. People pointing at the shooter. Look at that. That's very tall. And see, the pitch of the roof isn't that big, so the cop would have been able to. And he was up on the rig, which is smart. So where did the and that's not even verified yet. So that does look like it. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, good. This is a reverse picture. Hate the fucking zoom. That's how it works. Okay, this ain't it yet. That looks empty. So these. Or this might be afterwards. Because look at this crate, this boom. That one looks a lot bigger. They're supposed to have a little bit of bend in them. This one has too much bend. So this one already crashed. So it seems like it's after. It seems like the gunman was over here. Okay, the gunman was right here. Still a couple people out. This is either after or way before, and they didn't put this crane up yet. Doesn't seem like it's the same size as this crane, though. But oh, shit. So here we go. We got the road. There's the trees up here, so there's a lake right here. We got the roads, and this is here. Yep, it's right where I said it was. Yep, we got it. So there's the Jumbotron, two Jumbotrons. And here's the tractor and the crane. Seems like this might have moved, like it was a little bit, unless it was the angle. And the photographer, yeah, so he was on an extreme angle. But the photographer was like somewhere in this line of sight. I'm gonna guess that this is afterwards, because this crane is down. This crane's still up, this crane's down. I think this was afterwards. Oh my god. What the fucking fuck? So yeah, that's the guy. That's Thomas Crooks. That's him. Okay, he might be the shooter because we're getting that report of the other guys. So look at dozens of people are turned away from the rally and looking at this guy on the roof for minutes, multiple minutes. And that seems to be him. I want a picture of the ladder, though. I did see a picture of the ladder. Is it docking bay? Because look at how tall that's. I don't know. Oh, look at him. 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe 18 feet or so. Let's say 20. Okay. Shooter right there. This is the lowest part. I think that's where the ladder was, but I did see a picture of the ladder. We gotta find it. Okay, we're not finding it. So with these people around, all these people, because he's a lone gunman, remember, there was he was able to carry so let's say that's about, where's this guy? So here's a person. So let's say that's about 20 feet. So then we go up here. What's that, about 18 feet? You can get away with a 14-1 and do a big jump on the top, kind of stretch up and climb with a 14-foot ladder, whatever. So he has a 12-foot ladder, though. 12-foot might not work. So you have to have between a 12 and 16-foot ladder, extension ladder, which is what I saw, placed here. So this lone gunman has his whole kit, all his rifles and his rifle, everything, and a ladder, walking through a crowd like this. And no cops saw the guy carrying the ladder because he's a lone gunman. There's nobody helping him. These two jamokes just watch him just climb that roof. Damn it, man. I saw that. I probably did save that picture. I just don't have it. There's a bunch of pictures I saved that are not on my Truth Social anymore. All right. Let's just try it. Picture of ladder. I think so. Yeah, AI is just a bunch of fucking garbage. Don't be scared of AI. It's garbage. It's Y2K. It's the people, the experts, the extreme experts, super smart scientists that said, hey, if you break the sound barrier, you'll rip apart the atmosphere. Experts are mostly retards. AI ain't shit. It's programmed by leftists. It's gonna destroy itself, just like leftism does. Always eats its own. So AI will decide that it should commit suicide because that's what a lot of leftists do. So, yeah, we ain't got shit. Damn. But I did see the picture of the ladder. It was leaned up against the breezeway is what it looks like. But I didn't know the layout of the breezeway or the layout of the facilities that much back then. Way back then, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. So they're saying it's this guy. But this picture is from 2016, I guess. Before 2017. So this picture is 2016, and he does look like that. But this picture is 8 years old, so he will not look like this anymore. So that's Stone said. This is his insider. Roger Stone says the sources say it's this guy. If this picture was present, sure, but this picture is 8 years old, so I don't think he looks like that anymore. Oh Lord. covered this yesterday. People screaming that he has a gun. I like that other video because it shows for two. This guy, eyewitness. Okay, so I don't have a picture of the building. It was clear as day. That's what I've been using. Damn it, man. Yeah, that was the first. That popped up immediately. It was this guy. And they said Butler Police Department. So I don't know what to do with this. Immediately they said it was this guy and that he has been arrested. And his name is Mark Violence. But we saw the shooter on the roof dead with his brains out. And this is Wall Street Silver. I have no idea. Retruth by this guy, retruth by me. So this didn't stand the test of time, but what the hell does this even mean? So we might have to revisit that. Okay, we're getting off topic now. Okay, so we're off topic. So that's what I have right now. A lot of things, a lot of questions now. This is something. I want to see the ladder. So if anybody could find pictures of the ladder, I need the ladder. I saw it. It's a silver, aluminum extension ladder, which would be on a farm. So maybe somebody grabbed it from the farm. But if he's a lone gunman, how is he carrying his whole rifle kit and the ladder to set it up? Because we saw it that the roof's, the building's probably about 20 foot tall or so, give or take. So that little breezeway is probably about 18 foot tall, unless the grade goes up. I can't find a picture from that angle yet. But what is this mist? So I need the ladder and I need this mist. That's crazy. I'm surprised that's not getting traction yet. But once it gets, I think that'll get traction. I think I'll be famous now. Hopefully. So, man. And see, yeah, so this was a bullet up here. This is, let's say north of Trump. And then Trump's like, right here. And then the other one goes down here to do the mist. God, I got that poison ivy or something. I think it's Carolina creeper. It's like went in and now it's going deep and making like really big welts. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. This is part 3. As more information comes in, we'll keep doing more. I got to dig on this mist. That's blowing my mind. How a bullet, he's so far off target. His grouping is ridiculous. Like, just not good, not weapons trained good. So something happened to this. It was letting out all its hydraulic fluid and it dropped the speaker. That's something I got to look into. But you know what, folks? Thanks for stopping by. We're going to cut it here. Love that you were here. Please help if you could find anything on these topics. Feel free to post it on in the chat or on the YouTubes, on the X's, anything, man. This is looking weird, but we're glad you stopped by, and we love you, and see you next time.